Fob Keenan, Helmand Province. This is the frontline base of 3 Company 1st Battalion Coldstream Guards, who have been reliant on rations for the past month.
There's only about 10 different menus, so it gets a bit boring after a while.
Having made the treacherous journey here, Master Chef Simon Hewitt is preparing to feed his troops some much-needed home cooking.
It comes in with enough food to cook for sort of 72 hours, so that's 3 sort of evening meals, and it's usually steak and chips or chicken and something. It's quite a serious treat.
The meal will be launched from an improvised cooker made from old mortar boxes.
Anything that needs frying, you can fry on it. Anything you can boil on it. You can also use it as an oven. It does work. You'll be quite surprised. It does actually work. And the good thing about improvised, you just use whatever kit you can get hold of.
In 39 degrees centigrade,
it's hot.
It's thirsty work.
Ice cold beer would be better. We need a good flow of air. Basically, it draws the air in, so when we build the fire, it keeps the fire going.
A cement called a pug is made from mud and water to seal the oven.
Just picking some water on top of that. It's an insulator, so it'll keep all the heat in.
A seal prevents smoke leaking into the oven and tainting the food. With a whole company to feed, they'll need plenty of fuel. To cater for the big numbers, the one concession to modern kit is a gas burner salvaged from a field kitchen.
Yeah, it's a remote burner from a number 4 cook set.
Rookie Private Tracy Montgomery isn't confident the improvised setup will be able to deliver the goods.
I did wonder how the hell you're supposed to feed 150 people off 2 little bits of equipment. You know, you do feel like you're under a bit of pressure.
In Germany, it's phase 2 of the Army Chef's cookery competition. The chefs have just 3 hours to cook a gourmet 3-course meal.
I'll do some beef ravioli and I'll do some steak and black pudding pies.
This time, the only ingredients available are tinned and dried foods found in a standard 10-man ration pack.
This element of the competition reflects the way we're working in Afghanistan in particular at the moment at the forward bases. What will impress me is somebody that's thought outside the box, quite literally, looking at a tin of luncheon meat and being able to create a dish that people would find interesting. So you'll see things like raviolis and stuff like that.
The chefs will cook their meals using standard Army-issue operational field catering systems. Sergeant J. Kingsbury of 3-5 Engineers intends to impress the judges with a Lebanese-themed menu.
I think it's important in the field, instead of just putting the bog standard stuff out, it's important to have theme nights and stuff, and I'm kind of going down that way tonight. I was recently posted in Cyprus, and one of my favourite restaurants on the island was a place called Habibi Restaurant in Larnaca, and I knew the owner quite well, and we used to go down and have some brilliant mezes there, and it was just fantastic, so I thought, if you love something, I'll go that way.
As well as the lamb koftas, his team are preparing spicy beef parcels.
Because we get minced beef in gravy in a tin, you can imagine it's quite wet. You need to wash the gravy off it. You use a few breadcrumbs, an egg to bind it, and spices, and then it's moulding it. It's a little bit fiddly.
Being creative with tinned veg, instant mash, and instant custard.
These are the mixed fruit creme brulees.
Is key to keeping troops at frontline locations happy and well fed. The chefs have just 45 minutes until they present their dishes to the judges. Sergeant J. Kingsbury of 3-5 Engineers is on the home straight.
There's a mixed fruit charlotte, these.
All that's left is for the dishes to go in the oven. But there's a spanner in the works.
The oven's jammed. That's not a good sign. Sorry, sir. Is there any admin stuff about my oven's jammed? I can't get it open.
Any what?
Any admin stuff about my oven's jammed? I can't get it open.
It's a rapid call to arms. As the chefs apply some muscle to the stuck oven door.
How much time do you need in the oven?
A good 40 minutes. A good 40 minutes. We really need to get stuff in it.
What we can't do is take the oven off and replace it with a new one, because it's going to take a good hour or so to get to the right temperature. They're now on about half an hour before service, and really that's just going to, you know, waste a lot of time for it, really.
There's only one thing for it: to break open the oven door.
Done a bodge job. Hopefully we haven't lost too much time. But
That's something you have to do. If your equipment fails, you've got to find a way around it.
Went over there, I shot people about it. I tell you what, it's not doing too bad, boys.
During operations, army chefs have limited time to get the troops fed and back out on the ground.
Don't forget you've got that risotto as well.
The competition rules mean they have to deliver on time. Jay's team has it all to do.
it's the mad rush. The mad rush at the end.
And there's some stiff competition.
Yeah, I like that. It's really good.
See some of the guys have really gone and done. I mean, that looks really nice there. Puts mine to shame. Flash.
Sergeant Jay Kingsbury delivers the goods in the nick of time.
Okay, Chef. If you'd like to give the judges a quick brief on your menu, please.
Right, okay. We've got Lebanese kebabs. I made them from the minced beef that you get in tins with gravy in. Washed them all down. Mixed them together, obviously egg and breadcrumbs, and then some spices. And then we've got mixed fruit charlottes at the end with a fruity custard.
You got really good flavours out of that combo, so you and your team really, really well done. Okay.
They did absolutely outstanding. Well done. And make sure you thank your team, please, because they've done an absolutely outstanding job.
I made up. They all give a lot of praise. And at the end of the day, that's the people you want to praise off. The consumers. I mean, obviously today it's the judges, but it's always nice to get the praise in the field, isn't it? When the guys are eating it, you know you're doing a good job.
The Army are proud about their chefs, the fact that they are soldiers as well as chefs. Those guys can puff out their chests and be proud as punch.
You know, some of the skills that you've been able to practice or hone are desperately relevant. The joining together of composite rations and making use of the outside catering kits, you know, that is all really relevant to what's being delivered today on operations.
This year's winner, a big size Rhino Caterer, 2008. 3-5,
A rations menu of Lebanese dishes and a gastropub feast cooked in an oil drum has won Jay and his team first prize. It's a proud moment.
Well done, big lad. You didn't realise you won, didn't you?
I didn't.
Good lad. He's worked hard and he definitely deserved it overall. So the passionate reaction that he did give was very justified. So I don't think anyone's going to knock him for it. Although he didn't probably need to cry, so that was probably a bit over the top. But yeah, he did good.
Stop crying. Don't get emotional.
I'm tired. Great team. They were so good for me. And I'm just couldn't ask for any more, could I really?
The guy who's won it, he'll remember this pretty much for the rest of his army career, and to win this, it's pretty much a notch up, and normally they do well on the promotion board in the next coming year.
Winning first prize at a cooking competition in Germany is one thing. But the reality for combat chefs is feeding frontline troops in Afghanistan's Helmand province. Master Chef Simon Hewitt is cooking a chicken dinner for a company of troops using a cooker made from mortar boxes.
It's nice, obviously, they've been out on the ground, they've been out patrolling a couple of hours to get back and have food cooked for them. It's a nice treat at the end of the day.
Today, he's stepping back from the action to allow his protégé chefs a chance to hone their skills.
Use the stick, mate. Break it down a little bit, spread it out.
Lance Sergeant Mark Tremaine is on fire duty.
2 loads in the back, not bad.
And Private Tracy Montgomery is sealing off the chicken.
Fill that tray up. Come on, get some more chicken in there.
As a master chef who served troops in Iraq and the Balkans conflict, he knows only too well the value of improvised cookery.
And you can't turn around and say they're never ever going to do it. So did it in Kosovo in '99, and we're doing it now in 2008. It's just not very tactical. They all get taught it. You got taught it, didn't you, in training? A little bit.
Nothing like this.
Normally it's just like cooking for, I don't know, 10 people.
It's not 10 they are feeding, but a company of 160 troops. And on the menu is a classic meat and 2 veg. As a special treat, they've brought cheesecakes and gatto with them.
Because we are using improvised, we'll cut the chicken off a little bit longer than we probably normally would if we were back at camp or working in a kitchen, just to make sure it's fully cooked when it goes through the oven. If you look at that one there, it's nearly raw.
Any undercooked food out here could be almost as dangerous to a company of troops as a Taliban strike. Out on the ground, the troops here carry out arduous daily foot patrols in the surrounding area. It's part of the grassroots mission to win local hearts and minds.
We're actually in the village of what we call Zimbalay, which is home to the tribe of the Barakzai, which at the moment are very pro-ISAF and quite happy to see us. Salam. There was a lot of concern when we first get here that we were going to move on. Obviously they would then build up a rapport with us, we would then move on, and then the Taliban would come back and then kill all those that sided with us.
Having driven the Taliban out, the troops need to keep watch for any signs of them coming back.
During the winter, all the leaves are off the trees and it was really sparse, so it was hard for the Taliban to move around. When the vegetation starts coming back and it becomes a lot thicker, they can get around the area quite a bit better. You could start expecting a bit more enemy activity.
It's a hard-won peace. During the patrol, they come across a teenage boy who claims to have had a run-in with the Taliban.
What's wrong with him?
He was beaten.
Yeah?
An army medic examines his bruises.
He definitely has been beaten.
Oh yeah, definitely stick. Judging by the way he's been moving his hands, he's got no damage to any bones or ligaments.
How long ago was he beaten?
Yesterday.
How did he know they were Taliban?
He said that while they were beating him, they told them that not to go to ISAF base and not to get any help from them.
The troops offer the boy further medical assistance and make a report of the incident.
He claimed that about 24 hours ago he was stopped by 2 unknown males, dish-dashed up with their faces covered and beaten. And why he was beaten, he was saying that they're the Taliban, stop going to ISAF for help. But the fact that we've gone down and spoke to him, and medics looked at his bruising, it shows that we care a lot more than the Taliban that's just running around beating people.
After a couple of hours out on patrol, the troops would normally return to camp and have to feed themselves. But today, there's a treat waiting for them.
There's a saying, they'll always want something of us, you know what I mean?
Master Chef Hewitt's Sunday dinner is ready to serve.
We've still got some chicken in the oven, we've got another tray to go in, and we've got some fresh veg in on the go as well.
A meal from the battalion's Master Chef is not to be missed.
Ready for you guys? Mate, help yourself to gravy.
It's nice to get some fresh rations and some veg. Veg is what I miss the most. And chocolate cake, some pudding is always a good thing.
Yum, yum.
It is good to have it, you know, cooked for you now and just relax and eat it.
Everyone likes good food, so what happens is when you have communal swath, so to speak, everyone just eats together, which is always a great thing. And now with the weather getting so hot like it is, people burn off so many calories. So the better food we can get, the better it is.
I
Obviously everyone's just stuck with eat and boil in the bag, so it does make a big difference and makes everyone happy.
We're just going to do the meals to the bridgehead.
For the troops keeping guard at the sentry points outside the camp, there's even a special takeaway service. It's down to the quick reaction force to deploy some meals on wheels.
Anything that's not in the ration pack should be good.
Master Chef Hewitt's meal has been just the tonic for the troops.
Having a master chef down here once a month for a sort of 72-hour period to cook some fresh scoff is fantastic, and it does provide quite a serious element to the moral fibre that we have within the company.
No, I am strong.
It's good that the guys have been fed chicken, potatoes, veg, gravy and a dessert. It's well balanced at the end of the day. They're my guys, so it's good to look after them.
Coming up, there's trouble ahead as the chefs head back to base.
The Taliban are saying that they've captured a police checkpoint.
Seeing that we're travelling through some of them today, it'll be interesting.
If we've got a fight, we'll have to use the chefs. Combat chefs.